Of the 27 amendments that are currently, well, let's just say the 17 that have gone through this process, do you know how many of those 17 were ratified by the states and how many were done by this convention?
All proposed by Congress and ratified by states. The ratification methodology is the same, but the proposal methodology is different.
I understand that. Of the 17 amendments that have been proposed to the states and ratified, do you know, of those 17, have they all been ratified by state legislatures?
Have they all been ratified? As far as I know, yes, sir.
And I'm not an expert on this, but my understanding is that the repeal of prohibition wasn't ratified by the states. Do you know the answer?
No,
to
sir,
that?
I'm not an expert.
Is there anybody out there that could that might know the definitive answer on that? I refer this question to Mr. Brown then.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Your question is correct. The 21st Amendment was ratified by conventions in the states rather than by state legislatures. Although in some of the states that ratified, the legislatures were opposed to ratification. Utah, for example, the legislature opposed it, but their convention adopted it. So sometimes this does mean ratification happens in places where otherwise would not.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've got a question then for Mr. Meckler. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Mr. Meckler, does it concern you at all that Congress was smart enough to realize that they couldn't repeal prohibition by going through the legislatures because they knew the legislatures wouldn't do it? So they took a different route. These conventions. Why do you think they did that? I mean, could you maybe, now that you've learned that that actually happened once.
You know, Chairman, I would like to read the history before I speculate. I'm not in the habit of coming before committees of this nature and speculating. I honestly don't know why Congress chose that methodology. I know that the repeal of prohibition was vastly popular with the American public. I could speculate that they wanted to put it before the American public, since then it was an idea that was overwhelmingly popular with the American public.
Does it concern you that Congress has exercised their privilege in doing this in the past and may bypass us again on these proposed constitutional amendments that you would like to see?
No, it doesn't concern me at all. There is a distinct difference of philosophy here. And our organization stands for the principle that we, the people, are sovereign in the United States of America. And by we, the people, I mean we, the people. I don't mean legislators. I don't mean legislatures. I mean, I have faith in the American people. And there's an undercurrent in what you're saying that indicates that you believe that maybe perhaps, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, maybe you don't have the same faith in the American people that I do. And I know there's a difference of opinion in America on that subject right now.
Are you familiar with, and I doubt you are, but in 2005 we had a couple ballot initiatives that were one was the marriage amendment to the Montana Constitution, one man, one woman, and the other one was to legalize marijuana. I'm sure you don't realize this, but would it surprise you that both those passed by almost 70% on the same ballot as when it was proposed to the people for a vote?
No, sir. Wouldn't surprise me. There's similar things going on in California.
Could you speculate why how that could happen?
Again, Chairman, with all due respect, I'm not in the habit of speculating before committees of this nature.
Okay. Thank you very much.